Welcome back to another deep dive. Today, we're going to talk about ghosts.
Ghosts. Okay, that's a bit of a departure for us.
Not literal ghosts. I'm talking about sporting ghosts, the kind that, just haunt a franchise.
Yeah, I'm with
The
you.
teams that look amazing on paper, they have the flashy jerseys, the superstar players, a massive fan base.
Yeah,
But you look in the trophy cabinet and it's just dust.
it's empty. Yeah. For years, that was the Royal Challengers Bangalore story, wasn't it?
Exactly, the choker's tag.
Yeah.
But today, we're taking that tag, we're lighting it on fire, and we're just getting rid of it. Because we were looking at how RCB women didn't just win a title, they completely rewrote the DNA of the entire franchise.
Right. And our source for this is The Reign of the Royal Challengers Bangalore Women, a look at their journey all the way up to the 2026 season.
So our mission today is to unpack how they went from, I guess, desperate trophy hunters to these dominant two-time champions by 2026.
And we have to, just have to, get into the 2026 final. Because what happened in that match, frankly, it shouldn't be possible. Not in that kind of high-pressure situation.
Oh, we are definitely getting into the weeds on that. I mean, a captain scoring 87 off 31 balls in a final.
It's absurd.
That's video game stuff. But before we get to the fireworks of 2026, we have to go back. You can't understand the dynasty without the breakthrough.
You're right. We have to start in 2024.
Let's do it. Because 2024 is where the whole script just flips. Up to that point, the entire RCB organization, men's team, women's team, had 0 major trophies.
And that's a huge psychological weight. Think about it. Every season, the players aren't just playing against the team in front of them.
They're playing against history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're playing against the memes, the jokes, the expectations of failure. That kind of pressure it suffocates a team.
2024, the Women's Premier League, they finally make the final. And who are they playing? The Delhi Capitals women.
A very, very good team. And RCB wins it. They clinched their first ever WPL title. And you have to look past the stats and tactics for a second and just think about the emotion.
Oh, the relief.
The relief, the validation. It proved the jersey wasn't cursed. It proved it could be done.
It was the damn breaking moment. But, okay, let me push back a little here.
Go for it.
We see teams win one-off titles.
Yeah.
You catch lightning in a bottle, maybe the other team has an off day, you get a bit lucky.
Sure.
Winning once is amazing, but does it really prove you're a powerhouse?
That is the big question, isn't it? And you're right. In sports, anyone can win once. A single trophy can be sort of an anomaly, a fluke.
Right.
But that's why our source is called the reign. A reign implies something more. It implies consistency. If 2024 was about relief, 2026 was about dominance. It was about proving 2024 wasn't just luck.
Okay, so let's fast forward those 2 years. We're in the 2026 season, RCB, they're back in the final. And who is standing on the other side?
Of course, it had to be the Delhi Capitals again.
It's like a movie script.
The rivalry is real. And the setting is the Baroda Cricket Association Stadium in Vadodara. Electric atmosphere, usually a great track for batting, but this time, the script seemed to be going Delhi's way. Big time.
Big time is an understatement. Delhi batted first.
Yeah.
And they didn't just post a competitive total, they smashed 204 for 4.
Let's just pause on that number for a second. 204.
Yeah.
In any T20, that is a massive score. But in a final, it's a mountain.
Why is it so different? A run is a run, isn't it?
Not quite. In a final, you have something called scoreboard pressure, and it is on steroids. When you're in that dugout and you know you need more than 10 runs and over from ball one,
Your whole mindset has to change.
it does. You can't take a couple of overs to get your eye in. You have to take risks immediately. And when you force risks against a quality bowling attack, you lose wickets. That's what usually happens.
It's the panic factor. You see 204, you think, I have to hit a 6, you swing at a good ball and you're gone.
Precisely. Most teams, statistically, they just crumble chasing that kind of total. The required rate climbs. Every dot ball feels like a dagger.
Yeah.
The whole thing just implodes. Delhi must have walked off that field thinking they had one hand on the trophy.
I would have. 204 on the board in a final. I'm already planning the victory parade.
Right.
So RCB comes out to bat. They are staring down the barrel. The crowd is going nuts. And what happens next is, well, it's why we're doing this deep dive. Spoiler alert. They chased it down.
They didn't just chase it. They hunted it. Finished with 204 for 4 in 19.4 overs, won by 6 wickets.
Okay, so winning by 6 wickets with 2 balls to spare. It sounds a bit close.
Yeah.
But I want to get into the how. Because you said chasing this leads to panic. But the reports all describe the chase as calm. How do you chase 204 calmly?
That is the aha moment. It all comes down to what the source calls tactical maturity. This wasn't a blind slog. It was a calculated, cold-blooded dismantling of the opposition. And it started with the captain,
Smriti Mandana.
Canadian Montana, player of the match, of course.
Her score was 87 runs.
87 is a great score. But the context is everything. She faced just 41 balls.
41. Wait, so that's the strike rate of, what, over 210?
Over 212.
Yeah.
Just think about that. In a high-pressure final, a strike rate of 140, maybe 150, is seen as brilliant.
Oh.
212 is just, it's otherworldly.
It sounds like she was playing a different sport. But was it just reckless hitting? Was she just swinging at everything?
No, and that's the beauty of it. It was incredibly aggressive, yes, but it was targeted. It was smart. She immediately neutralized the threat of the scoreboard.
What do you mean by that?
Well, by scoring so quickly, so early, she killed the required run rate. You know how we said the pressure usually builds and builds? She just deflated it. Instantly, she put all the pressure back on the Delhi bowlers.
That's a great point. If you're a bowler defending 204, you feel pretty safe.
Exactly.
But if the opener smacks you for 3 boundaries in your first over, suddenly you're the one who's panicking. You're thinking, where on earth do I bowl this ball?
Yes. She forced them to change all their plans. She didn't let them settle. It was a statement. It was her saying, you're 204. We're not scared of it.
But, and this is so key in cricket, it's a partnership game. Manhana could be going ballistic at one end.
But if wickets are tumbling at the other,
that momentum just dies, and the chase is over.
You are absolutely right. If Manhana gets 87 and her partners contribute nothing, RCB still lose by 20 or 30 runs, and that is where Georgia Vole comes in.
Georgia Vole. 79 runs.
A critical 79. Manhana was the headline, but Vole was the backbone of that chase. They built this huge partnership that just completely shut Delhi out of the game.
What I find so interesting about that is the balance. You have Manhana attacking like that, and you'd think Vole would just be trying to give her the strike, but 79 runs? She wasn't just a spectator.
No, not at all. That's the big partnership dynamic the analysis talks about. It meant Delhi couldn't just squeeze one end. Often if you have one-star batter, the fielding captain will just try to defend against them and attack the other player.
But they couldn't do that here.
They couldn't. Both ends were on fire. Delhi's captain just ran out of places to hide his bowlers.
So we have this incredible partnership that breaks the back of the chase. But let's go back to that word calm. Even with 2 batters set, chasing 200, it requires nerve. We have seen teams be 150 for no loss and still choke in the last few overs.
And that's where the tactical maturity comes in again. The chase never felt frantic. They didn't leave themselves needing, 20 runs off the last over. They kept the scoreboard ticking.
It was clinical.
That's the perfect word for it. If a bowler bowled a good ball, they take the single. They respected it. But if a bowler missed their line by an inch, it went to the boundary. It was just so well managed, they never had to get desperate.
Which is amazing because clinical is a word you usually use for a team defending a small total, not chasing a monster score. It really feels like RCB.
Yeah.
Well, they've evolved.
It is an evolution. And we're seeing the evolution of Smriti Mandana, too.
Let's touch on that. Mandana has always been a star batter. No one ever doubted her talent. But the analysis points to something different here. Her growth as a formidable leader.
It's a huge distinction. It's one thing to score runs for your team. It's another thing entirely to lead from the front. But to captain a side in a final while chasing 204 and still be the one who scores 87 off 41, that is so rare.
It's like she just put the entire team on her shoulders and said, don't worry, I've got this.
She did, and that's what inspires everyone else. You mentioned the winning formula from the source. It sums up RCB's identity now as this blend of strong batting, clever bowling, and smart captaincy.
Okay, clever bowling. Let's talk about that. They gave up 204 runs. Is clever really the right word?
That's a fair challenge. 204 is a lot of runs, but you have to look at the context of modern T20 and that specific ground. Vadodara can be a graveyard for bowlers. Clever bowling in that context doesn't always mean keeping a team to 120. It might mean getting one key wicket at a vital time, or bowling a 6-run over when the opposition is looking to score 15. It's about damage limitation, just enough to keep the target within reach. And clearly, it worked.
And the smart captaincy holds it all together, keeping the team calm, making the right bowling changes.
It creates a culture of winning. And that brings us to the legacy. RCB are now 2-time champions, 2024 and 2026.
2 trophies in 3 years. I mean,
Yeah.
that's dynasty territory.
It is. They have established consistency at the top level, which is the hardest thing to do in franchise cricket. Players change, form dips. To stay at the top, it proves you have a system. It proves RCB has moved past relying on just, a bit of individual brilliance and hoping for the best.
So if you're the other teams in the league, the Mumbai Indians, the Delhi Capitals, you have to be looking at this and feeling a little worried.
You have to be. RCB has raised the bar. They've shown that no total is safe. They've shown they have the mental game to handle the biggest pressure. It forces everyone else to get better.
Right, you can't just post 160 anymore and feel like you're in the game. You might not even be safe with 200.
It changes everything.
And I want to leave you, our listeners, with a final thought on this. We often talk about anchors in T20 cricket. The batters who play it safe, keep wickets in hand, and then try to accelerate at the end.
The traditional way of building an innings.
Exactly. But look at Manhana's innings. 87 off 41. Look at this chase. 204 with time to spare. Are we seeing the death of that conservative start? Has RCB Women created the new blueprint for how modern T20 cricket should be played?
It's a really compelling argument. If you have a team that can chase 200 with calm maturity, then the old strategy of preserve wickets first starts to look, outdated. Why wait until the 15th over to attack if you have the skill to do it from ball one?
Aggression with a plan. It's a scary combination for everyone else.
It might just be the future.
Well, from the heartbreak of the past to the high-octane dominance of 2026, it has been quite the ride for the Royal Challengers Bangalore. They've gone from the team you pitied to the team you fear.
And for all those fans who stuck with them through the lean years, this has to be the ultimate payoff.
Absolutely. If you get a chance, go watch the highlights of that 87 off 41. It is a genuine masterclass. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
We'll catch you on the next one. Stay curious.